Why do we attract what we fear? Is it really a self-fulfilling prophecy? Or is our brain just playing tricks? In this episode, we'll explore what's really going on. Scared of being abandoned? You keep getting abandoned. Scared of going broke? You keep going broke. Almost like the universe already knows your biggest fear and keeps handing it right back to you. That's the law of attraction pitch. Your energy supposedly summons what you fear. And honestly, there's no real evidence behind it. But here's the strange part. The feeling is real. People who fear something do seem to run into it more. So what's actually going on? It's not the universe, it's your own brain doing three very specific, very well-documented things. The first is called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Fear doesn't just sit quietly in your head, it changes your behavior, and your behavior changes outcomes. Someone afraid of being abandoned often becomes clingy or distant or tests the people close to them, not because the fear is psychic, but because of what it does to how they act. In a famous 1968 study, teachers were told at random that certain students were gifted. Those teachers unconsciously gave those kids more attention and patience. By the end of the year, their grades had actually improved. No one became smarter. The expectation changed the behavior around them, and the behavior changed the result. Fear works the same way, just in reverse. Expect rejection, and you start acting in ways that produce it. The second mechanism is attentional bias. Your brain is built to scan for danger first, before anything else. When you're anxious about something specific, your brain automatically prioritizes anything that resembles that threat over everything else around you. Studies using simple reaction tests have found that anxious people's attention locks onto threat-related cues in a fraction of a second, faster than everyone else's. So, if you fear going broke, you don't just think about money more. Your brain starts flagging every bill, every price tag, every uncertain expense as urgent, while the stable, uneventful months barely register at all. The third mechanism is the frequency illusion, sometimes called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. Once your brain flags something as relevant, it suddenly seems to show up everywhere. You learn a new word and hear it 3 times that week. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they call. It's not that the world is sending you more of it, it's that your filter changed. The instances were always there, you just weren't logging them before. So why does it feel exactly like attraction? Because 3 completely ordinary processes, one that shapes your behavior, one that shapes your attention, one that shapes your memory, stack on top of each other, and the result looks identical to a cosmic law without needing one. That's actually the good news in all of this, a cosmic law you can't argue with, a brain pattern you can interrupt. Start by naming the fear specifically instead of letting it sit in the background as a vague dread. Vague fear feeds all 3 mechanisms at once. Named fear gives you something to actually check against. So the next time it shows up, you can ask whether that's real evidence or just your filter doing exactly what it's built to do. You're not cursed, you're on repeat. Hit stop, and the curse ends. And that's another why answered. If it explains something you've wondered about, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe because there's always another why. And if you've got one of your own, drop it in the comments. It might end up to become the next episode. Thanks for your attention and hope to see you again at our next Why.